Hey y'all, and welcome to the video, and thank you guys so much for watching. Today I am so excited because we're going to be playing with the brand new Too Faced Cinnamon Swirl eyeshadow palette for holiday of 2021. Very excited because I have obviously already done all the eye looks. This is my final look and I am blown away as always with the quality. I have been reviewing these palettes for the past 3 years, and I have to say a lot of people, actually, you know what, I'm gonna get into a rant. This palette, beautiful, amazing, but let's get on with the rant because I need to rant a little bit. So a lot of people were giving negative feedback online about this palette and how similar it looked with all the other holiday palettes, and I get what you mean. It is definitely similar, but it is absolutely its own palette versus the other palettes. Like if you compare all the holiday palettes from the past, this is its own palette, own shades, everything like that. And I know a lot of people also said that this was a very boring neutral palette. Here we go again, another boring neutral palette. But you gotta think and not be so selfish with your words when you think about, oh, it's another neutral palette, because every holiday, every year, millions of people are turning that age where they're getting into makeup. So they might be purchasing their very first holiday palette, their very first palette in general, and they're like, oh, this is a beautiful holiday neutral palette. You got some warm tones, lighter tones, and they're like, oh my god, I'm so excited. So for a lot of people, and I used to be like that until I really started to think, so I hope that I inspire you to think this way, that even though it's another neutral, boring palette, there's still millions of people who are just now getting into makeup. They are just now hitting the age where they're allowed to play with makeup. This might be a parent's first purchase for their child to play with makeup, and that goes with any neutral, boring palette that comes out at any time of the year. This is a palette for someone brand new to makeup who wants neutrals, and plus you can't always wear crazy colors to work. So maybe somebody wanted to pick up another neutral palette that maybe had a slightly different color story than what they have in any other palette. Like a lot of the lighter shades in here and a lot of the darker mattes, they're not like any other color that I usually get in any other boring neutral palette. They're a lot more deeper and richer in tone than any other palette, and that's why I also really like these. They're very pigmented, and a lot of these Too Faced palettes really just don't need any work at all. They just blend really fast, and this is why this is such a perfect palette, especially for first time makeup users, like learning how to do eyeshadow, especially like me. I was really bad at eyeshadow, and these are like very easy to work with. They don't like get away from you. It's just you put it down and it all just kind of does the work for you. So very impressed with this palette. I'm gonna do all my eye looks, which I'm doing 5 eye looks in this video. I'm going to edit them down in a way where it's like you don't have to really watch me blend forever. You can just kind of like boom done, because I mean you'd just be seeing me do the same thing over and over. These did not take hardly any blending whatsoever, so instead of it being like about 1.5 to 2 minutes per eye look, I'm gonna cut it down a lot shorter, because you really don't even need to see that, because it's just, it blends on its own. So just know that I am going to be editing it a lot shorter this time, but you're not missing anything. You're basically seeing what I'm laying down, the colors that I'm laying down, and what the final look looks like. Just know that I had 0 problems with any of the shades except for a few of the shimmers. I did try to use a flat brush when I first applied them, but unfortunately it didn't pick up very well on the brush at all. I didn't wet the brush because I didn't want to ruin the shades by like wetting the brush, yada. So it might work if you wet the brush, but if you just use your finger, it's beautifully foiled on its own. You don't even need to wet anything. It just looks good on its own. I guess I'm gonna stop ranting and rambling on about this palette and just get on with the little look review. Like I said, amazing. You guys definitely need to purchase. I mean, come on, if you haven't had a holiday palette, this one's good, and if you have the other ones, this one will be good too, because it's not like the other palettes like people are comparing it to be, because they are definitely very much their own palette. But yeah, thank you guys so much for being here and watching. If you enjoy these types of videos from me, then definitely give this video a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. It would mean so much, especially because I've noticed in my analytics that over half of my viewers are not even subscribed. So if you're already watching this video, if you would do me the honor and hit the subscribe button, it would melt my heart. And let's go ahead and get into the video. Okay, so final thoughts on the Cinnamon Swirl palette. I have to say, of course, blown away by the quality of the shadows along with the blending quality. It just blended amazing as always. I never have to worry about these palettes from Too Faced because you just know they're gonna work very well. Color story, very beautiful. The only shade that I was just like, I don't really know what to do with it was Stay Current right here. So as you saw in my third look, I kind of just placed that on the outer corner of my eye and it really just transformed the look. Other than that, I don't know what else to do with it. I really enjoyed this purple shade here. Food Court, I used it twice. I wasn't planning on it, but I just wanted to use it again in my other look because I just really like the way it looks. I almost thought it was going to be like a shimmer, but it created a beautiful color when you combined it with this color here, which is Ready Set Bake. Like these two together created like a whole new shade and it was really pretty. I feel like we didn't need all of the neutrals. Like we have a lot of them here. Like we have this one in the darker section, this one here, and we have these two here. I feel like we could have done without this one, though it's still a beautiful color, but I feel like we could have taken this out and possibly, I don't know, this one's kind of pink. Probably have taken maybe this one out. I don't know, this one was a little crumbly and not like as good as I thought it was gonna be. Like I thought it was gonna be more shimmer, but it was a little more like crumbly, kind of like, you know, you're gonna put some crumble on top of your cinnamon swirl cinnamon roll. Other than that, they all worked really, really well. These darker shades usually, and I've been reviewing these palettes for 3 years now, usually the darker shades sometimes can tend to be a little patchy. The darker the shades go, and that's just with any Too Faced palette, but you can always like work it and blend it. It just takes a while. These actually blended very fast, very quick, and I overall was very impressed with this palette. No negative words to say about it other than this shade could have been a little bit better. Maybe it was just like a mixture thing. Maybe I just got one where the shade wasn't like perfectly mixed and that's why it was so crumbly. Yeah, everything blended together very well, very fast, very easy. Didn't take very long to blend, and you guys know I appreciate palettes that are just like 1, 2, 3 and you're done. So this is the palette for you if you're into 1, 2, 3 and done. Beautiful, love it, absolutely no like negative thoughts, and I highly recommend if you guys want for a holiday palette. I will have it linked below. You guys can go purchase through my affiliate link. You guys know I appreciate it as always, and yeah, let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. Favorite look, all of that. Do you plan on picking this up? Any other Too Faced holiday makeup that you plan on picking up? Let me know. And yeah, thank you guys so much for being here and watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!